everybody, this is Give Your Anxiety, bringing you guys another AoE3 video here. We are in the GUA June 2020 subscriber tournament. We're in the round of 32 and we have Aizamk versus Riotcoke. We're going to get right into this. Game one's going to be played on the Nepal. And let's spin the wheel for Aiz. Let's see what civilization Aiz gets here in game number 1. Aiz getting the India civilization. And let's go ahead and spin it for Riotcoke. Let's see what Riotcoke gets here in game number 1. And there's Riotcoke getting the French. So, Aiz India, Riot French. Alright. Alright, so here we go. Getting into game number 1 here in this best of 5 between Aizamk and Riotcoke. Should be a good one here. Aiz, he's a very talented player. We got Aiz sitting at break status and Riotcoke sitting at captain. So Aiz definitely a pretty big favorite here. But Riotcoke's one of those guys that's like a low-key player. I think he plays a lot like unrated, and he's like one of those just mysterious players. You don't really know how good he is or his skill level. So there's been some situations where he seems like he's a pretty good player. He's just one of those low-key guys that's hard to judge, basically. And Aizamk is just Aizamk. So we'll have a pretty good series here. Alright, this is one of the fairly newer maps. It wasn't in the last EPL, so this map hasn't been seen a whole lot yet. This is Nepal, and it's quite an interesting map here. You got these little cliffs that you start on. I think it's actually a really good map to be aggressive on because you do have your starting hunt, but then you basically have one hunt, and then the hunt's kind of, I don't know, they're not really that far out, but it always feels like they are. Maybe due to the cliffs and the gold mines. I think it is a good map to be aggressive. The hunts aren't really far out, but they're not super close at the same time, I guess. So we're seeing Riotcoke going for a trading post here.
Yes.
Aizamk picking up a 40 wood. Looks like it was a 200 wood start, so French player is just gathering wood to build a TP and a house. He did walk past this 40 wood. What did he get? Riotcoke got a 40 wood, so he might have just sharp shot a different little lion. And ooh, look at this. Aiz now going for an 80 wood. Unfortunately, Riotcoke's not going to see it, so Aiz will be able to pick up this 80 wood treasure. Oh, and it looks like Riotcoke forgot. You do start with a monkey on this map, which, like I said, this is kind of basically a newer map. So I was playing this recently the other day, and I didn't know it starts with a monkey. So there's a long time where I just had a monkey sitting idle, AFK, and it looks like Riotcoke was unaware or forgot about his little monkey here, little Duber the pet monkey, just hanging out here instead of going to work. And this is kind of interesting treasure. A family of monkeys. There's only a single samurai guarding it. So, I don't know. This treasure might actually kind of be good versus India because you could potentially catch the India explorers with all the monkeys. And, if you kill the explorers, could be get really good just getting the XP and killing them. And then potentially keep getting the rest of the treasures on the map. Looks like Riotcoke's waiting for a sharp shot to come back, but kind of idled here. A lot of time just standing still, not scouting, unfortunately. And there he goes. He finds his monkey, puts Duber to work. Yeah, it looks like Aizamk's kind of being a lot more efficient with his explorers, to be honest. As I think Aiz has already gotten a lot of treasures here, 80 wood, 40 wood, 50 XP. 30 coin, 50 XP. It just seems like a... But here we go. Riotcoke does not get this monkey treasure. Monkeys with different names. Freitag. A family of monkeys here. But yeah, if you can find those explorers, that could be really good. But he's kind of moving them all together, which probably isn't the smartest choice. So it's going to be harder to kind of track down the explorers, since you're not splitting them up and really looking for them. And it looks like we have Aiz going for a little bit of an unusual wonder here. This is obviously not the Agra. I don't think this is the Carney Mata. This looks like the Tower of Victory, which is something you don't usually see, or like ever really see with any going straight to H2. Riotcoke finding an 80 food treasure. Explorer out exploring the world with his monkeys. Looks like Riotcoke is finding a big wood treasure here.
No. Yes.
Alright, looks like Riotcoke is building a second trading post. He is in H2 and shipped 4 villagers. Alright. Monkey's going for the explorer here. Alright, and say look at Aze's base here. Yep, and ended up going to H2 with the Tower of Victory, which gives him some wood from the age up and ability to basically strengthen your army for a short period of time. And he shipped good faith agreements. Consulate armies and improvements arrive 50% faster. Improvements cost less, and shipment receives a moderate discount plus 1 villager. Consulate changes research points by 50%, changes export cost by 40%, sets export cost to 2,000. Interesting. I'm not sure what to make of that. And we got the Rajputs out on the field here for Aizamk. Aizamk going up with the French consulate and going for the crates. It looks like out of the consulate here. Meanwhile, Riotcoke on his way to H3 with 2 TPs up. Riotcoke hitting H3. More Rajputs join the field here for Aizamk. Aizamk sending the second wood trickle. And with the barracks back there behind his TC. Oh, got some idled villas there. And yeah, the resources are running kind of thin here for Riotcoke. He's gonna have to start getting out on the map. And actually going on berries here, which I don't, obviously doesn't really feel too nice. And there it goes. There we go. Okay, now he kind of fixes it, hurting his hunt a bit closer there. And it looks like we got a forward racks going down from Aizamk here. 1,000 gold being shipped for Riotcoke, and it looks like Riotcoke's gonna be going for the FI. Oh god, look at this cliff, causing the villagers some trouble here. Yeah, FIs have been seeing a lot of play recently. People have kind of been, I mean, FIs weren't something that was like never done in the past, but it seems like they're being done more and more. People are kind of seeing that FIs are potentially very strong. And yeah, we're starting to see them pretty common in play. And that's what Riotcoke is doing here, is on his way to Industrial Age. But with that being said, Aizamk is, I mean, he's staying H2 and kind of doing like almost all in H2 pressure, so that should be like the direct counter to a naked FI. And Aizamk is moving on in with a lot of Rasputs right now. Riotcoke building a barracks here away from the TC. And it looks like we're going to have a house go down here for Riotcoke. And that is going to house him. It looks like Riotcoke has a shipment on the way, I believe. He is losing 2 houses though. It's quite painful here. There's the Minutemen call. We have a shipment pop? No. Not sure if he has a shipment on the way or not. Perhaps he does not have a shipment on the way. That was definitely a very late Minutemen call. I think he was just gathering the resources, though. I think he just barely got access to enough resources for the Minutemen. That's why he had to wait so long in order to call them. But losing 2 houses there, definitely a little bit rough. But he is about to be in Industrial Age, and Aizamk is actually going Fortress Age behind this, which is probably going to be really good for Riotcoke, because if Aiz just went all in and stayed H2 and just kept making units, then I think Riotcoke would have been like completely dead with no way to defend. But Aizamk actually following up to H3, which is going to give Riotcoke some time to try to stop this army a bit better. And Aiz up with 2 Falcons here, and does have a shipment available, but he needs to build houses. Looks like Riotcoke kind of slipping up his macro. Still won't be able to send the shipment unless if he sends a factory right now. And just a single musketeer trained. And yeah, Riotcoke's starting to float a lot of food, but he still needs wood for houses here. This is a single musketeer there. Starting to work on his infrastructure, and even being forced to build another barracks, so that's just more wood being forced to be put into infrastructure. And these Rasputs are making quick work here of this barracks. 8 Dragoons. Pretty good shipment here. You could potentially hit and run these Rasputs for a very long time. And there you go, upgraded Rasputs. Falcons getting some good shots in. Oh, is that? Yeah, I'm so confused. Hold on. Let's take a look at Aizamk's card he shipped. He shipped enemy units nearby Indian monks are slower. Wow, that's hilarious. That's why. So the Dragoons were slower. That's actually insane. This is like a strategy Aizamk's really developed. He's got these. He's going full Rasputs, which are fast units that are good at surrounding and getting traps and enforcing snares. And then you ship this card, which slows down enemy units, making it more difficult to escape and hit and run. Which it could potentially be really good. It's kind of hilarious. Because obviously the thing that works really good against Rasputs is you can hit and run them really well. If you're, as long as you don't get surrounded and snared, you could potentially like hit and run Rasputs like forever. But if there are monks nearby slowing down your units, then perhaps you can't do that anymore. 7 Urumi being shipped here, and it looks like Ace is gonna try to get the surround and force the snare with 2 heavy cannons and 2 Falcons and 2 heavy cannons is a very good wall. Like, you're not really gonna be able to push into this. This is gonna be a tricky one for Ace here. Riotcoke going with the 2 barracks is interesting. Big volleys from the cannons here, cleaning up those Rasputs very quickly there. And Ace has to be careful. I mean, you can't just really throw Rasputs away like that. Your opponent's in H4 here. And looking at the recalculate eco, it's actually quite in favor of Aizamk, however. 54-32, and that's not even counting that A's has 2 wood circles. So A's actually has a significantly better eco, kind of surprisingly. We're gonna see oh, okay. This is an upgrade from the what does that one do? Let's see. Tiger Claws changes hit points by 50%. Wow. That's a pretty big upgrade there. So going with the Rajput and Tiger Claw mix with your roomies. Tiger Claw is basically, I believe, just like the same thing as a Rajput, essentially.
No.
To some degree. I mean, they don't have bonus. They don't. Let's see. The Tiger Claw just has 21 attack. I mean, they're very similar, like unit type model, where like they're both the melee type. But like stat wise, they're not the same exactly. The Tiger Claw with 2 times bonus against infantry and a negative multiplier versus heavy infantry, while the Rajputs have a bonus 3 times bonus against cavalry. But very similar like unit type where they have to get on and surround and connect with snare and all that. And this is like the ultimate snaring potential army. You got Rajputs, Tiger Claws, and then Yorumi. Like if they get us around, they could wreck. Oh wow! But look at this Halbs, which is perhaps the counter to that. Since Halbs don't care if they get snared, they want the snare. They want people to come at me. They're the ones saying, "Come at me, bro." Oh, looks like a big little army of Rajputs cleaned up there. And this is a good army here from Riotcoke. A couple, cannons and halbs. I guess it kind of feels like Aizamk would perhaps have to ship siege elephants. I mean, siege elephants could do really good versus. If you could just get rid of these 2 heavy cannons and 2 falcons, that'd be massive. Oh, Riotcoke throwing away some of his army here. However, but then he's pulling back. He could have got a free cleanup there. Here we go, big engage. A lot of units here. Ace sending everything in. Inspiration is on the field here, trying to surround the cannons. 2 heavy cannons still alive here, however. 2 Falcons do go down, but still have 2 heavy cannons on the field. But wow, this is a lot of India units. Pretty big volley from one of the heavy cannons there. 1 heavy cannon does go down, and now the 2nd heavy cannon down. And that was a cleanup there from A's. Wow. And there you go. There's the GG. Riotcoke taps out, and that was an interesting fight. Yeah, India just cleaned that up really well. Well, that's it for game 1. An interesting game 1. Look at all resources gathered. Whew. A's out gathering by a massive amount. Oh, I think A's was saying that the speed button nerf is, I believe he said 5% for every unit. I'm not sure if that's true from that one card that A's shipped. Alright, A's taking game 1, that's best of 5. Alright, we're getting right into game 2. Being played on Wadmalaw. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Aizamk, see what civilization A's gets here in game number 2. Aizamk getting the Ottoman civilization. And let's spin it for Riotcoke. Let's see what civ Riotcoke gets here in game number 2. Riotcoke getting the Sioux civilization. The old classic Sioux versus Otto. We saw this matchup a lot in EPL 1. Probably not as much as in EPL 2. But here we go, guys. We are getting into game 2 in this best of 5 here. We're in the round of 32 on GUA June 2020 subscriber tournaments. We got Aizamk versus Riotcoke. There is a $500 prize pool first tournament. Top 8 players getting a prize. And game 2 we're being played on Wadmalaw. Aizamk playing as the Ottoman civilization, Riotcoke playing as the Sioux civilization here. And yeah, I was talking about this matchup a little bit ago. This matchup was seen a lot in EPL 1, and it was a very interesting matchup. There's like much debate. People were saying that it's super Ottoman favored, and then there were people saying it's super Sioux favored. And what turned out to people were, for the most part, were saying it was really Sioux favored. But what happened in EPL 1 was like Ottoman won like every single time. So it was quite funny. I think people were perhaps not playing it correctly, but it became a kind of funny matchup to discuss. And we don't see this as much in EPL 2, but it's still a quite interesting matchup to see, and just to hear everyone's opinions on it. So, looks like Aizamk is starting with just 100 wood here, so he's just building a house. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's not 100 wood. This is a 300 wood. So he's building a trading post and a house, and then Riotcoke not starting with any wood here as a Sioux civilization. Riotcoke getting a 70 food treasure. Going to help speed up his age up time a bit. 90 XP treasure he could go for here. Convert one of the outlaw riflemen, which is always nice. Oh, and look at this. Riotcoke trying to micro his boat. Oh my god, this is actually like really good micro from him and quite hilarious. There's the treasure, 130 wood, and he pulled it back perfectly where there's 3 outlaws on the edge of the water, but they can't attack yet they're not retreating. He's slowly killing one of them. That is hilarious and actually really good micro from him. So let's see if after he kills this one, he can hopefully and potentially work on the next 2 and kind of get this treasure for free. Aizamk not too far away, however, picking up the 70 wood treasure right now. So hopefully Ace doesn't show up and go ahead and steal that. Riotcoke getting that 90 XP treasure and the convert on the outlaw rifleman, so that's very nice. One of them is down, and he's working on the second one, and they're not retreating yet. Getting the shots in there. Quite interesting. Look at when they get attacked. There's an animation. He sometimes, see, he gets like shot, and then you could see he moves his chest. Oh, that arrow went flying, missing off in the wrong direction. Quite interesting. And sometimes he makes noise, sometimes he doesn't. Oh, missed. No, he's quiet, not saying anything. He says, still no noises. Hey, he's been quiet for a while now. Still nothing. So this is probably the slowest treasure kill of all time. He's gonna be working on this treasure for like 2 minutes, and now the Sioux Explorer shows up to help speed this up. But that was probably the longest treasure collection like ever. He was working on the treasure for like 2 straight minutes. And he's gonna get 130 wood, which is gonna be pretty nice there. Riotcoke now gathering wood on his way up to age 2. And Aizamk already hitting age 2 at like 3 minutes and 40 seconds. With 2 trading posts up. Oh, there's supposed to be 4 TPs on this map. Yeah, right? This is a 4 TP map, right? Did one not spawn? I think one did not spawn here? Or am I... Looks like there should be a TP here. No, maybe I'm confusing myself. No, I think it's 3 TPs. It just looks... It curves here. I don't know. I think I'm maybe just confusing myself. Riotcoke does get 1 TP up here. And Riotcoke built a market, a couple TPs here to help boost his gathering rate. And Aizamk shipping 700 gold. Looks like he's going to be going straight up to age 3 here. Still some pretty good treasures, around 140 coin and then 50 wood. Still some good treasures to be collected. You guys can hear somebody cutting the grass. Yeah, that's pretty loud out there. Riotcoke getting a 20 coin treasure here. Let's see what his plan is. Looks like he's dropping a stable. Aizamk ship being 700 food after 700 coin. That's quite unusual there, but we'll see. Is he gonna be going for an FI? Perhaps it will speed up an FI. Oh, he's running out of gold though. He needs gold to age. Oh, is he having a little bit of a crisis here? He's now going to be floating like 1,600 food, but he's at. Where are we at? Is he aging? I'm confused, man. Okay, now he's gathering gold. He's at 2,000 food. This is too early for me to be casting. I'm just too confused right now. Aging up to H3. Meanwhile, Riotcoke shipping 4 Axe Riders and now training 5. So he's going to have 9 Axe Riders on the field here, causing some chaos. Axe Rider's going straight to the TP, start sieging it down, and looks like Riotcoke may be trying to take the TP line. And we do have a mosque now built here for Ace. TP does go down for Ace here. We'll have to see what Riotcoke's next move is. Is he going to go for the next trading post? And we go straight to Aizamk's town center. And it looks like we have Ace shipping the church card here. And Riotcoke charging straight ahead to Aizamk's town center here. Oh, and then deviating a bit. No, changing his mind actually. A little bit of a fake move. Kind of strange. Wasted a little bit of time. Now he's going back. Looks like Riotcoke can't really make up his mind here. Now going to Aizamk's town center here. Perhaps looking for villagers and looking for a forward base, perhaps. And A's just hitting up to the next age with 400 wood and the ship. Warship age of politician. Saving the villas, nice. Bringing them to the ship. Riotcoke shipping cavalry damage card. And looks like Riotcoke is going to be hanging on H2 here. And Aizamk floating a lot of res here. Looks like he's going to be looking to age, perhaps. Riotcoke asking A's if he's going to be revolting.
Yes.
That is a lot of Axe Riders. However, they're just basically idled right now. They're not doing anything at all. It's just essentially like a huge amount of resources, almost like AFK or like being floated, since they're not really doing anything. They've been walking around a lot in the last like minute or two. They killed the 1 TP, but then really haven't done a single thing since then. They're now going to start working on the second trading post. Stagecoach is researched, and Riotcoke is building one of the TPs here. So trading post is going to go down for Ace here. Ace will not have any more TPs. However, he almost has enough resources to go industrial. More Axe Riders being trained for Riotcoke here. Just going with the pure Axe Rider army. And he's committed to the H2. To the H2 Axe Riders. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be tricky for Ace. He's basically doing a naked FI when there's a hell of a lot of Axe Riders coming straight at you. He's now on his way up to industrial age, but how? And there we go, the rifle rider card. And yeah, I was wondering. So yeah, that is an H2 card. I was actually kind of thinking about this, but for whatever reason, I was thinking it was the H3 card. Like the Russia has a very similar card where they turn all their strelets into muskets. And yeah, it's funny. We saw this card I believe yesterday in the sub tournament, and It's an interesting card. It's not used very often, like ever, really. But I remember seeing it back in the day, and yeah, it potentially could be viable, especially like in a matchup like this where Rifle Riders really are really good versus Ottoman. But with that being said, they're not going to be able to siege, and they can't really prevent. They can't kill the town center or anything.
Yes.
Oh, is that 2 villagers at 0 HP? Wow, there's 2 villagers that are at 0 HP. That is something. Yeah, sometimes, essentially the game works on like decimals, so basically these villagers have like 0.5 health, I suppose, and yeah, they're still alive. It's quite funny to see. But yeah, these Rough Riders, they can't do anything. They can't siege. They can't really prevent this industrial age up. They could not move back in the base. So, ooh, we have Spahi. He's doing a good job saving Spahi, though. Perhaps can put him in the boat and imagine just dropping them off right here and whew, and quickly clean up and then go back in the boat. That would be amazing to see. And it looks like Aizamk's going to be trying to do the revolt. He's got 1,000 wood. No gold. Probably. Does he have? I'm not sure if he. No, I don't think he does have a shipment on the way. He's about to have access to a shipment. Meanwhile, Riotcoke is on his way up to H3. He's going to be in H3 in a little bit here, and he will have a shipment available. Aizamk building another house here. The Rough Riders are probably really good versus a revolt, though, because yeah, I mean, usually you go like goons are really good versus revolts. Ooh, look at that Explorer getting one of the one-hit kills in. Very nice. Oh, look at this. 2 great bombards being shipped for Aizamk. But he doesn't have any gold. Wait, okay, no, he didn't ship his 1,000 gold. Oh man, use your boat, man, teleport these guys. Let's see like a great bombard Spahi raid on the shoreline. That'd be amazing. We have a barracks being built. It's like very forward and extremely risky. But I think he may get away with it, as Riotcoke's being very passive. 8 Hussars shipped for Aizamk. And now Aizamk gathering the gold with his villagers, but in building a barracks, it's confusing. He doesn't have. Okay, he built a barracks, but he can't train units. He's housed by a good amount, so this is very confusing. What do you? Oh, he's got the church card. So I think he just sent something from the church card. Yeah, he wasn't going for like the revolt. He was going for the church card. Oh God. Sending a villager to pick up the old Sioux Explorer, but that villager goes flying. Wow, so we have 5 great bombards. That's something you don't see every day here. And here we go, the engage is about to begin. And there we go, looks like the veteran Jans from the church, I believe, they arrived. Quite an interesting army composition here. Yeah, looks like I believe he dropped the barracks to upgrade the Jans that he got from the church, it looks like. So we have veteran Jans, regular Hussars, Spahi, and 5 great bombards. How do the great bombards go down here? Aizamk moving forward with the cav, trying to find the villagers. Great bombards all firing away. Little bit of an overkill there, but why not? Can we get some great bombard emotes in the chat? Where's them great bombard emotes? And we have a plantation built from Riotcoke. Why? I am very confused. He's got 2 gold mines. Plantation.
No.
Okay. Am I missing something here? Great Bombards firing at the rifle riders here. Factory ship for A's. Rifle riders making pretty good work of the units, but there's still 4 Great Bombards. And now Rifle riders, almost just Rifle riders versus Great Bombards. 2 Great Bombards go down very quickly, however. And still a lot of Rifle riders are up, and this is actually looking really good for Riotcoke, I think. Wow, look how quick they killed these Great Bombards. Jesus. So Riotcoke completely cleaning that army up. The old plantation working. Have the attack dance on there with a lot of villagers on the attack dance. Obviously very smart. Factory is up for Aizamk, but now Riotcoke's crossing the map. And looking at the recalculate eco, Aizamk is ahead a little bit, but Riotcoke, well, now building a second TP back up, and he's gonna have 2 TP, 2 trading posts with stagecoach, and we have guard janissers, but just 2 of them, so they ain't gonna do a whole lot there. And now we just got some rifle riders dancing around here. Riotcoke not really committing, just retreating, but here we go, 5 Chancellors left out by himself, and yeah, they're probably going to go down pretty quickly here, trying to go into the boat and stay alive.
Yes.
So you look at the Rifle Riders going for the boat, backing up. And we have Manchu being shipped here. Manchu and 10 Jans. Do we have an engagement here? Jans, it looks like they're going to try to get in melee mode. A couple Manchus connecting with the snare, but these Rifle Riders still doing a good job hitting and running, and here's the dog soldiers. Jans trying to get in melee mode. And that ain't going to work. There's the GG. A's tapping out, so this series being tied 1-1. Pretty much just what you'd expect from these two. Some weird just weird games. Can give us pike civs, GUA. Alright, we're going to get out of this one and right into game 3. Alright guys, we're getting into game 3 here. Game 3 being played on Kamchatka. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Aizamk. Let's see what civ A's gets here in game 3. A's getting the Spanish civilization. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Riotcoke. See what civ Riotcoke gets here in game number 3. Riotcoke getting the Aztec. Alright, Riotcoke deciding to use his civ respin. Let's see what he gets here. Riotcoke getting to China. Alright, so that's Riotcoke's one and only civ respin. Alright, Alright, so we're going to see Spain versus China on Kamchatka. Game 3. The series currently tied 1-1. Alright, getting straight on Game 3 here. Alright, we have Riotcoke in the red playing as the Chinese civilization, and Aizamk in the blue playing as the Spanish civilization. Playing on Kamchatka here in game number 3. A's getting the monkey treasure. He's gone with his dog here. And looks like we have a 100 wood start here for the Spanish civilization. Just going to build a house and just work on getting up to age 2. Both players headed to the middle of the map here where there are often some pretty good treasures. Looks like the dog is finding the Chinese explorer, and the monkey and the Spanish explorer right here, right behind him. Disciple moving in himself, and we got a little bit of an early engagement here. Riotcoke now assigned to retreat with his explorer. Oh, Aizamk training 3 dogs, but Riotcoke escaping just in time, looks like. And Aizamk picking up a 45 food, and there are a lot of really good treasures on the map, so this like could potentially be a situation where it's like smart to make dogs. Like if Aizamk gets this 75 food treasure, like that pays for, you know, it essentially like pays for the dogs and potentially like killing the explorer. Like this could be an amazing trade. Like it seems like super troll and weird to train 3 dogs in age 1, but he just killed a Chinese explorer and stole 75 food, and it like got him access to that 45 food. So that's actually like an amazing trade. And now we look at the rest of the map, and there's still a lot of like really good treasures on the map. And Riotcoke's not going to be able to get any treasures, while Aizamk's going to be able to get these treasures for free. So that was actually like an extremely smart play, and it's being like benefiting him quite drastically. And so he's got 4 dogs, and he's just going to be able to easily get up this 80 wood treasure and then keep moving. There's 80 food here, 40 wood. He's going to have access to some really good treasures here. And there we go. Picks up the 80 wood treasure, and then is going to be moving and making his way on to the next treasure, going for the 80 food. Riotcoke not sending a shipment yet. Is he saving the shipment? Take a look at Riotcoke's deck here. Oh, he does not have the villager shipment. He just has this the resource trickle shipment. Very unique deck here. Very unique deck, to say the least. And we have a forward villager from Riotcoke here, and Aizamk shipping the team card to increase the train time of pikes. They train in reduces the training time by 50% of pikemen and crossbowmen. So we're gonna see some cheesy stuff out of Ace here. But yeah, Ace just collecting all these treasures. And Riotcoke kind of on the same page, doing some weird stuff, moving a villager very far across the map here, not sending an age 1 shipment, and now advancing to age 2 with no villagers on the Wonder. But it looks like they're both going to be doing like very aggressive builds here, so not really, you know, the aggressive builds can work if your opponent's going really greedy, but what happens when both players go very aggressive? And we got another villager, Ace's villager, crossing the map, almost passing by Riotcoke's villager. And that Chinese explorer is still down. Azamp's villager hanging out here, just a single villager. He's about to hit H2 and probably be seeing a barracks go down here for Aizamk. Riotcoke with 2 shipments in the bank, building the forward village, so he's going to be able to ship his military shipments directly here and put on some pressure here. And Aizamk aging up with the 500 food politician. And there we go, the barracks is going up for Aizamk. And now this villager retreating. Could go on wood here, but head back home and perhaps he'll see this barracks from Aizamk. Or is he going to barely miss it? I think he barely does not see it. Line of sight's like right here. Oh, that's painful. That's unfortunate for Riotcoke. Riotcoke now in H2. Going to be sending these shipments. And a consulate going up here. Oh, but here's 5 pikes. And I think they're going to immediately see this consulate, so that ain't going up. That's a little unfortunate there for Riotcoke. Going for the villager, too, even. 2 more pikes being trained. And that does not work out too well for Riotcoke. They're losing the villager and the consulate that was about 1/3 of the way built. And now the pikes are maybe moving to the explorer, it looks like here. 600 wood, 700 wood and 600 wood chip for A's with a 500 food age up politician, so he can spam a lot of units. And he only needs 1 barracks instead of 2 since he sent the car to increase the train time. Very interesting. And constantly going down at home for Riotcoke. Mandarin Duck Squad is the first shipment for Riotcoke. Crossbowmen and a flamethrower appear on the map. Versus a lot of pikes. Who will win? 2 crossbowmen getting stuck there a little bit. The dogs are moving in with the pikes. However, flamethrower perhaps getting caught out of position. Oh, that is huge. Not what Riotcoke wants. And it looks like the flamethrower is gonna go down for free here. He could have actually done a lot of damage to these pikes. Like if they was kind of protected, it could have actually been like a mini cannon against the pikes. And there's a lot of pike sieging the town center. Can we see any Minutemen popping out from Riotcoke? He shipped export here.
Yes.
Doesn't have the resources for Minutemen, it looks like, and not looking so hot for Riotcoke right now, as there's a lot of pikemen on the field. Musketeers pop out of the consulate here. And infantry hit points for Aizamk. And there's 8 Chokin who's arriving on time. Man, those with Minutemen could have actually held this really well. But the TC does go down, didn't have the resources for Minutemen. He is putting so much food though, where like he probably could have got the Minutemen out if he macroed a bit better. Popping the Minutemen out would have been huge, or just saving that the flamethrower if that guy didn't die kind of for free. I think Riotcoke could have been okay there, but he still has a really good army to like counter these pikes. Take a look, recalculate eco 18 to 24. So he's not picked up his Explorer, unfortunately. It'd be nice if we could send the single step router to get the Explorer, but he goes down there instead. And there's a lot of pikes. Trying to get the surround and connect the snare onto the crossbowman, I think. You could just base trade with them, to be honest, but he's moving in, trying to get the surround. Pikes taking out crossbowmen and muskets here. Snare is connected. Riotcoke trying to escape here, but there are a lot of pikes here. And the army just getting surrounded, and Riotcoke tapping out. Pikes are too strong. Aizamk going up 2-1 in this series. Alright, game 4 going to be played on New England. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. See what civilization Aizamk gets here in game number 4. Aizamk getting the French civilization. Let's go ahead and spin it for Riotcoke. See what civ Riotcoke gets here. Game number 4. Riotcoke getting the India civilization. Alright, Aizamk currently up 2-1 in the best of 5 here. Alright, getting into game number 4 here between Aizamk and Riotcoke. Game 4 being played out in New England. Aizamk currently up 2-1. Aizamk playing as a French, Riotcoke playing as the India civilization. So this is do or die for Riotcoke here. Looks like we have a coin start here, so Aizamk sending his Explorer and Native out here. Let's see what he goes for. If he goes for the Market and Hunt Dogs age 1. What cheese will we see this game? What flavor of cheese do you guys expect? And the old proxy market, nope, being deleted. Strange stuff. Is he trying to like herd? I'm confused. He's trying to like target like the bears or something, make them go aggressive. Chasing the elephants down here. How was A's even? That was an A's market. It's confusing. Okay, he dropped the house after that. Aizamk going for the food treasure here. 80 food. Looks like he's gonna pick up. Take a look at these players' decks. No deck yet for Riotcoke, and no, they don't have their decks yet. So A's decided not to go with the age 1 hunting dogs, instead just built the house up. And Riotcoke starting this treasure to get 2 dogs here. And it looks like he will get the treasure, as A's is going for the 90 coin treasure here. That's a single dog treasure for Riotcoke there. What is this card? Northwest Passage from the French civilization. Villagers move faster and do more damage to treasure gardens. 3 times to all action damage bonus against gardens. Changes their speed by 20%. It's quite interesting. I wonder, like, using that with, like, they can become, like, villagers can become, like, skirmishers. Like, when French, like, ship, you know, the cards to boost, like, with pioneers, and then wilderness warfare, and this, you could potentially have, like, skirm villagers. Oh, my God, I hope Ace goes for that. Like, the villagers can get, like, insanely strong and tanky, and, wow, I never saw that card before, but it gives them a boost, a speed boost, where they can, like, hit and run, I suppose. It can be hilarious. Alright, Coke on his way up to H2 here. Aizamk already aging. Going with the standard age 1 shipments for both players here. French shipping the 3 villagers, Riotcoke shipping the wood trickle. He's picking up a 135 XP there. And we do have hunting dogs being completed for Aizamk. He's moving across the map with 4 villagers, as Riotcoke does see this. Age up with 400 wood politician. TP going down for Aizamk here, but where are what are these 4 villagers doing? Riotcoke seeing this, so Aizamk isn't going to be able to really surprise him. He ships pioneers. So these villagers now have 360 hit points. They have Greatcoat's research and now researching blunderbuss. So these villagers are going to be pretty damn strong. And it looks like is he going to back her the hunt? I mean, that alone would be quite nice. As Riotcoke doesn't really have a ton of food on the map here, as this is his like next hunt. But moving the villagers forward here, the old villager rush. All right, but the TCs does bonus damage versus villagers. The old 4 vill rush here. Gonna be trying to take out the India villagers. 1 French vill does go down, however. And we got the Seize Fire Wonder here from Riotcoke. Gonna be trying to gather the crates of Riotcoke. Oh, that's hilarious. So that's why the villagers move forward. They're looking for the crates, and Riotcoke's not doing anything. He's not gathering the crate, and he's just letting him do it. And he sees fires. He panicked. And, oh, he helped. Wow. So that's is that 400 coin that he gets? I don't think he gets 600 coin from that age up for age 2, right? It's probably like 400 coin. You don't get 600 coin from that age up, do you? So, wow, that was actually huge, and that was probably really good for Aizamk there. He just gathered, like, at least 400 coin, I think. Riotcoke kind of let him there. You could put more villagers in the town center, I think, to kill those villagers or and gather the crates yourself or punch the villagers. But Riotcoke kind of let him get away with it. 4 sours shipped, though, and they're going to find these 2 villagers. So Aizamk did lose 2 villagers for that gold, and he's actually going to lose 2 more, it looks like, which is going to be pretty big. But wow, look at this. What's the speed on this guy? 5.40 compared to 7.50. We do have the... How the hell are they so fast? The Northwest Passage was shipped for Aizamk. And behind this, Aizamk has a 4 TP stagecoach actually, so that's actually huge. Recalculate equals 1822, but with 4 TP stagecoach, that's pretty big. Look at these villagers move, man. Look at the speed on these bad boys. 4 villagers shipped for Aizamk here. So he's got a very good eco, much stronger eco than Riotcoke right now. 25 villagers to 23 and 4 TP stagecoach. I don't know what Riotcoke does here. It looks like Riotcoke's just going for the naked FF. But yeah, he's going to get out ecoed by a significant amount for a long time here. And the French villagers moving forward and researching steel traps here. 360 health, 11 range attack, 16 range. And looks like they're moving forward and perhaps looking for some more crates to gather. Or just going for the attack. Villagers going inside TC. Look at these villagers freaking move, man. The speed. And Pike's moving, so we got a skirmisher Pike army here, it looks like. The old villager rush. Is Riotcoke going to be able to hold this? We got villagers and 5 Pikes moving forward here as Riotcoke's trying to age, but he doesn't even have enough resources to age right now. He could send 2 sets of Minutemen, though. Targeting the villagers with the town center, as should be doing. And here we go. Now, Wilderness Warfare coming out. 2 double set of Minutemen being called. Good pop from Riotcoke. So these villagers have 396 hit points. Explorer moving forward for A's. And the pike are working on the export, the consulate on the port. Consulate shipping the boats. That ain't what you want here, I don't think. More pikes arriving. And it looks like the villager and pike rush is going to work here. And Riotcoke used the ceasefire earlier, so he didn't have it. Oh, it could have been huge if he had that ceasefire available. He could have held this. And Riotcoke now in a limbo where he didn't have resources to age, and now he's training units, but he's stuck in H2 now. TC goes down, and the villager pike rush has worked. And there's the GG. Aizamk taking game 4 here to win the series 3-1. The old villager pike rush got him. Got him. Oh, funny stuff. Good stuff. That is the strongest villager you can see in the game, I believe. 396 hit points, 11 ranged attack, 16 range, and a 4 times bonus damage against guardians. Man, oh man.
Yes.
Well, that was an interesting series, guys. And yeah, that's me. Wrap to the series. Aizamk winning the series 3-1 and moving on to the round of 16. And it's going to be an exit for Riotcoke's tournament career here in this specific tournament. That's me for this video, guys. I'll throw this up on YouTube. Interesting series to say the least. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.